Hi guys, Steph here, and what we've got for you today is yet another lovely pen. And yes, the clue is on the box there. What we've got for you is a Parker pen. Now, unfortunately, this is not the original box, but it does help to keep the pen safe and in good condition. What we've got for you is an absolutely stunning example of a Parker Duofold Senior in this beautiful jade green colour. Now again, for you people that watch my videos, you'll notice that I've done a video like this very similar. The only difference being is that particular model was a Parker Duofold Junior, which was a slightly shorter model. As I say, I do believe this one to be the Duofold Senior. As we said, it's in jade green. Now, for you people that don't know, the problem that these particular pens had, the jade greens, was that they suffered very badly from discolorization. And some of the pens you'll see out there are actually, they tend to actually look black in colour. That they've actually sort of discoloured so much, as I say, they look black. This one, although it doesn't actually show it too well on the video, I believe to still have a lovely colorization to the barrel. Although, as you can see there, yes, it is darker, but it's still a nice jade green colour, be it a little bit darker than the barrel. But as we said, a Parker Duofold Senior. These pens are from around about the 1930s. The size of the pen from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, around about 130 millimeters capped. Around the diameter, they're around about, well, a nice chunky 13 millimeters in diameter. So they're a lovely large sized pen. They come in these the gold filled trim. You'll see it's got these two cap bands to the bottom of the cap there. We've got the very recognisable Parker ball clip to the very top there, and we've got this sort of black cap stud to the end of the cap there, and to the end of the barrel you can see it's got this black blind cap that we'll actually show you in a moment how that actually works. Let's show you the barrel imprint. What I've actually done, I've actually highlighted it for you so it's sort of legible, and you'll see to the left it says Geo Parker. In the middle it has Parker with the word Duofold underneath, and then to the right we've got made in Canada. Some of these pens you will find them with a number just after the word Canada there. That's normally a date number, if you like. This one doesn't have it, but yeah, you know, we're quite comfortable in saying this pen is from the 1930s. Now the Duofold pens, they came in lots of different variations. In some cases it's quite difficult to actually make out what you actually have. So I hope I'm right in saying it's a Duofold Senior. If people think it's different, yeah, leave a comment. I'm quite happy to listen. So let's take the cap off, which unscrews. Let's do a few twirls. And again, in my opinion, although I've shown you a similar one, which again was the Junior, this one is more than deserves a review on its own, because in my opinion, as I say, it looks even better in real life. The colour is still absolutely gorgeous on the pen. Let's take you up to this section there. You can see on these pens, this section's has got a slight sort of taper and slightly concaved, and obviously you can see it comes in black. The nice thing about these pens, the nib is a lovely large nib. Now if I can keep it nice and still for you, it actually reads on the nib, it reads Parker Duofold 14 karat. Underneath that it has the word pen, underneath that Canada, and then you'll see to the very bottom there it's actually got a number 17. Now before you people ask, okay, what does a number 17 mean? In my opinion, I'm not 100% sure, but making some inquiries with a few of my colleagues that are a little bit more sort of wiser, if you like, than I, we believe it to be just simply a factory identification number. It may be an identification number for this particular pen, this particular model, or this particular colour. I'm not 100% sure. It's not a date number like some pens have a dating number. You can identify the date of the pen. We actually believe, or I believe, it's just simply some kind of factory identification number. So let's show you a sideways view. Let's turn it over. Now, on some of the earlier models, they had what we term as a sort of Christmas tree feed. On this pen, you'll see it's got the standard Duofold comb feed, if you like, to the back there, and you can see it's all been lovely cleaned. It's in absolutely gorgeous condition, and again, just to reiterate, a lovely size nib. Sort of literally half of this nib is actually in the section here. It is a lovely large nib. So just coming back to the end here, to this blind cap here, some people will say, well, how do you fill the pen? Nice and simply, what we do, we unscrew the blind cap to the end of the pen like so, and what you'll notice there, we've got a button filler pen to the very end there. And what you'll also notice, you can actually see there, just above the button there, you can see it's got this little metal lip, if you like. As we've shown you on another video, this pen is fitted with what we term as an anchor bar inside. So basically what happens, the filler bar anchors onto the lip of the pen like so. So you can see that at the very end there. And to fill the pen, what we simply do, we dip the nib in the ink, excuse me, and we press the button at the end. Okay, I can hear you people saying, well, don't tell us, just show us. Okay then, so what we'll do, we'll dip the ink in the nib, dip the nib in the ink, and I'm sure you could actually hear that. There was lots of gurgling going on and noises of bubbling, etc. So that sounds, everything sounds fine. We replace the blind cap like so. Incidentally, to fill the pen, just place your nib in the ink, press it 2 or 3 times, leave it in the ink for a number of seconds, and that should fill the pen for you. Once again, this pen is fitted with a large net sack, so the ink capacity should be more than adequate. So let's see how the pen writes. So what we have is a Parker. As we said, this one is a Duofold, and I believe it to be the Senior. The date of the pen, nice and simple, from the 1930s. Okay, the colour on this pen, the very sought after jade green, and obviously the better the colour of these pens, the more the price they actually fetch. Again, in my opinion, it's absolutely still a lovely colour. So let's see if there's any sort of flexibility in the nib. So what we're doing there, we're putting no pressure on, so let's put a little bit of pressure on the nib, and yes, there is a little bit of flexibility in the nib. So I don't want to press too hard, but I am actually applying quite a bit of pressure to the pen. It's actually a lovely writer. So as you can see there, I would say it's writing with, I don't know, maybe a medium line, but with applying a little bit of pressure on the downward stroke, you can see we can get a little bit of variation in the line. A lot of cases, these nibs tend to be quite hard, but yeah, there is a little bit of variation in the line. One thing I actually learnt myself, although this pen was made in Canada. For whatever reason, I'm not too sure, but I was informed that the Canadian Parker nibs were actually one of the best nibs they made, as opposed to the ones made in the USA, made in England or wherever. So the Canadian Duofold nibs, I have actually been informed, are actually, as I said, one of the best nibs they actually made. So there we have it, an absolutely stunning example that's going to be looking for a new home. Whoever gets this is going to get an absolutely stunning pen, absolutely gorgeous, and 1930s, what, 70, sort of 80-year-old pen. This'll it'll actually put some of the newer pens to shame. It's absolutely gorgeous. A quality made pen, as you would expect from the Duofolds. I hope you've enjoyed looking at it as much as I enjoy showing them to you. Leave a comment below, don't be shy. For now, I'll just say bye-bye.